Gotta change up some of my content. YouTube put me on punishment. So, some things I just can't talk about, but I can talk about this. These are Home Chef meals. And, yeah. So, some chicken, veggies, got some rice popping off here. There's some soy sauce in it. Rice is starting to thicken up. Now the rice comes cooked. I think you're supposed to microwave it, but I try not to microwave that much. So break it up. It's got a couple other seasonings to it. I don't know if I'm gonna use it, but nonetheless. But yeah, so I buy these. They're not expensive, and they're well, that feels good. And like here's another one, Home Chef meals. Here's how they cook. The box, everything's in there. Instructions. Even if you lose instructions, it's pretty much self-explanatory how to cook them because it's nothing fancy. Sometimes I'll just take the chicken out and just cook the chicken and leave everything else for later. And there's noodles in there, cheese. I mean, so you can still use your products for other things. And I usually freeze them, so boom. So here's another one that I have down here. I think it's the same one I just showed you. But here's another one with chicken and broccoli. And like I said, sometimes these come off of them. But even when they do, it's pretty much self-explanatory. But yeah. So also, it's also pretty cool is I got some steaks. I cooked 2 of them already. Not really a big beef eater, but yeah, that's gonna be a headache to get back on. Anyway, so they came in these, but I got some hamburgers too. So here's that there. So I'm gonna cook those one of these days. Let's see what I can. But I know. Fancy schmancy refrigerator. Anyways, I'll show you the other ones I got. Came in the same box. These. Thawing them out so I can cook them later. Not today, maybe tomorrow. But yeah. So letting that do its thing. Stirring it up. Gonna put the rice in there. The rice is getting nice. My rice sounds nice. Check one. And slip this back into here. Some kind of way. You don't do this right. Close. Look at this. You know what? Screw it. Anyways, back to cooking. So, yeah. Fairly easy to make. Chicken is nice and tender. Gotta make sure it's done though, because you know chicken, so I don't play. I don't play with the chicken at all. I cook it real nice. A lot of times, I just put water in it, throw that over it. Let that be the reason. Let it rock out like that. This rice is a little muddy now because I threw a lot of water in it, but I'm okay with that. And when it's all over, I'm gonna just take this rice, add it on in there. I don't need it to be pretty. rice. Add it in here and I'm gonna stir it up. Yeah. So yeah. Now the seasoning comes with it, but you can always throw some more whatever on it. So this is cool. I just want that rice to get a little fried up a little bit. I know it looks weird, but just gonna have that rice fried up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Not too much. Rice is not supposed to be, rice is not supposed to look like this, but it's the way I like it. I like everything soft. That way I can just eat it. It's no problem. But I do like texture. So I like I like the fried texture. Hey, thank you. Hey, what's going on, Ron? I saw your video about saving your land. How you guys were protesting in Florida. I was like, what's this all about? Well, I used to be a cook. I was a cook before I was in the military. I was a cook when I got out of the military. Yeah, I was a cook while I was in the military. That's what I went in the military to do. I was a cook. When I got out, I was, working in restaurants too. Yeah. But anyway, so I like the rice to have some kind of fried texture to it. So once this water boils down, I just like that. You know what I'm saying? Everything is pretty much already done. But I want the rice to have a little fried texture to it. I want the chicken to have some more texture to it. That way I know it's done. Yeah. I see your little one's getting big. She's getting big, boy. It's all right. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, now you guys know I don't drink. Yeah, a little revolutionary. Oh, you do? Oh, well, I'll make more. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to see is one person says they love something that I'm doing, I'll make more videos. Because I know they'll get watched. You know what I'm saying? That's why I have so many varieties of different things that I do. But I cooked some steak yesterday. But okay, so this is other stuff that comes with it. I guess you're supposed to, I don't know, put this in water or whatever, but I'm not going to use any of these and some more seasonings that come with it. But like I said, they're only a few dollars. And this is what I drink. This is my favorite drink, which is Everfresh Cranberry. I love it. See if I got any cold in here. No, I don't have any frozen. I drink this all the time, and it's just good. Cranberry juice, so I'm gonna put that in there. But yeah, so I pulled out some chicken, so I'm gonna do something with that chicken. And I got some carrots in here, some broccoli, some green beans. I might have to do something with those. You don't eat meat, but I love watching people cook. Okay, I feel you. I feel you. I stopped eating meat for about 6 months, and I'm gonna tell you what happened. I was eating meat and going to the gym often. And when I say I was eating meat, like I don't eat a lot of beef that much, but I was eating a lot of chicken and I eat a lot of turkey. So when I eat chicken, I'm like, I need some chicken. I'll take a whole pack of this chicken right here that's thawed out, and I'll pretty much cook the whole thing, and it'll be gone in a day. About 24 hours, the majority of this will be eaten. You understand? I'm 6'2", I'm 280 plus. So this will be gone. I'll eat that up with some noodles or something. So going to the gym and lifting weights, especially if you're lifting heavy, my bench press was 335, and I did that easy. Without straining. I don't like to strain. So I was straining, I could have probably did maybe another 10 pounds. I don't know. I don't really care. And when I stopped eating meat, I noticed that I didn't have the protein to pick up that much weight, and my weight declined quickly. I mean, it just dropped as far as lifting weights. So I was like, oh, okay. I get up under 225 and I was out of breath. I was like, oh my goodness, like this is a huge, yeah. And I mean, I was out of breath. And I'm just now working my way back up to that. Now I can bench press, I did 15, 20, I did 325 a couple weeks ago. So I'm almost where I was. But the thing is, like, I'm not really trying to go too heavy anymore, but I like to maintain my strength. So that led me right back to eating a lot of chicken. And if I wanted to, I can get a lot stronger. Like if I wanted to get up to 400 pounds, I could probably do that. As far as lifting 400 pounds, I could probably do that. But I don't want to do that. That's a lot of strain on your shoulders. But the thing about it is, the more, especially somebody my size and the exercises I'm doing, the more that I lift, the more my body demands. No. That is completely not happening. No. I fight that off. I don't even want to be as much as I am now. I'd rather be a nice 240 or something like that. No. But could I get up to 400 pounds? Yeah, but it'll be unhealthy. My body's not supposed to be 400 pounds. Now, here's the thing. So I was losing weight, right? I was like, okay, I'm starting to do more cardio. I start doing more cardio and start lifting more. Shoot, my body was like, you need to eat more. I'm like, well, wait a minute now. I can't run like I used to. It's like, still, if you're going to put out this much energy, you need energy. Shoot. I gained the weight back in muscle mass. I was like, okay, I'm not winning the weight loss thing here. I'm getting stronger. But and then my belly's starting to go out a little bit. But my weight ain't going nowhere. It's like, okay, you're just going to be a strong old man. So when you, for males, once they hit 40, yeah. So once you hit 40 for a male, your testosterone starts to decline, and you start seeing that belly, it starts to come out. And then when your knees and stuff in your back can't keep up anymore, then you get your dad bod. That's where the dad bod comes from. So you try to fight that off any kind of way. Yeah, that's where it comes from. So you trying to fight that off any kind of way. Well, good luck, because there's nothing out there on the market that boosts testosterone levels. And you can ask any doctor and they'll be like, no, there's nothing out there that does it. But you can go on the internet and people will lie to you all day. You know, go to GNC, they'll say, take this, take that. They're just trying to sell you stuff. Yeah, but you still got your knees. See, my muscles and that car accident didn't help. My muscles are all tightened up in my whole body. Every now and then I have to go to massage therapy so they can loosen up my muscles. But my muscles in my whole body were tightened up from that car accident. So what it did was when it tightened up my knees, my patella and the joints up under my kneecap, there's my ugly feet, I don't need to show this, but up under my kneecap and my joints here, not my joints, but my muscles and tendons here, in both knees are all really, really tight because my leg muscles are all real tight. So I can't go out and run like I used to. And if you can't, generate that energy and have that energy output, then, yeah, when your tendons are really tight like that and it just hurts to run, you have to do all these stretches, but as soon as you do, as soon as you get out there and try to do something, well, you're going to be in a lot of pain for about 2 weeks. And eventually, pain tells you stop doing something, and eventually you just stop doing it. You're like, okay, pain, I'm going to stop doing this. And that's what happens, you know. And that's what happens to a lot of people, especially if you were in any kind of accident like I was. And that's why car accidents are so dangerous, because a car accident, the injury it's ongoing. It's not just, you broke something. It's when you are in a car accident, first thing you do is grab the wheel and you tighten up, especially if you can see it coming. Well, as soon as you tighten up, especially if it's head on like mine was, then your whole body is tight, and then bang. That's why they tell you that drunk people survive car accidents more than black people do. I'm sorry, did I say black people? That was silly. More than um, more than sober people do. And yeah, so because their body is, they're loose, but if you're sober, what I'm saying, and you see it coming, you're just like, you tense up as if that's going to help you. And then once you have contact, your whole body is tightened up, and it kind of stays that way for years. And you have to take muscle relaxers, and sometimes they don't agree with you. But yeah, so other than that, I'm supposed to be around, 220, 230. I am 40 pounds overweight. So I figured I can't run anymore, but what I can do is lift weights. So what's the lowest what? What's the lowest what, Rob? What is the, so what's this lovely dish? Um, you know what? I lost the, I lost the little thing that tells you what it is, but I'm guessing it was supposed to be like some kind of amalgamation of shrimp fried chicken or whatever. But I didn't cut the chicken up or anything like that. I just said, well, I lost the direction, so this is what it's going to be. And Yeah. And another thing is the skillets that I cook in, I don't wash every time I cook because I season them, and so now I'm gonna wash this one because of the rice. Because if I start cooking in here now, this will start burning, and that's not what the taste I want. So I will wash this one, but usually when I go ahead and fry something in here, I don't wash it. I'll go ahead and fry something else in here. Yeah, I will enjoy it. But yeah, that's what I'm noticing. I've been hitting the gym 3-4 times a week, and I've been eating a lot. I'm like, oh, I know what this is. And every now and then I can go out there and jog around the neighborhood. Let's see if I can put this in. This is going to be a real monster. On one hand, this drawer, my freezer drawer, goes in this little fancy schmancy refrigerator. If you don't put it in right, come on, you can do it. See? But, so I figured I'm going to start doing more cooking videos because, for one, it was my profession. See, this door is not going to close. Well, I'll put this in here, right? It was my profession, and I noticed that people really like cooking shows. All right. Angle this like so. Yes, I know. These fancy refrigerators that beep at you when your fridge is. There it is. This refrigerator, brand new, is over $2,000. This one. It's a Bloomberg. It's made in Canada. You're not going to see too many refrigerators that come with that blue light right there. You just don't see them. It's a great fridge. I bought it for $100. $100. I also have this one. This one the apartment complex gave me. And I have this one. That one I bought too. But I'm selling that one. And I got about 5 or 6 more of them in the storage unit. People buy them from me. But yeah, so a lot of times when I cook, this is my base seasoning, my Lawry's. I got some more seasonings, but I don't use them that much. I use pure canola oil. And yeah, I know there's a lot of people who use a lot of different stuff on their food. I don't. Seasonings are expensive. See, I used up all of these, the majority of them. But when I get back to, when people start liking my cooking videos more, I'll go ahead and start buying a lot more of these seasonings. Mrs. Dash is another go-to of mine. Love the Mrs. Dash. Is this blurry? I'm sorry, this is a little blurry. Just a little better. So yeah, a little zesty blend. Mrs. Dash. Yeah, but yeah, seasoning is expensive. Seasoned salt there. And it's necessary. It's just some soups and stuff. And I have to eat more of this stuff too, which is tuna fish. So I've been packing that away. And this is just in case things just get a little crazy out here. And noodles. A lot of noodles. I gotta restock on the noodles. Because noodles are a great, they're just a great save. They give you they give me a lot of energy. So, and they're easy to make. You know, and you can add your little whatever's to them. You don't need that and rice. I have a big bag of rice here too. I keep my rice on deck in case something jumps off. Things get a little rough around here. Make sure I don't go too hungry. And I like to cook these every now and then. So what I might do tomorrow is I might go ahead and make some of this, and with the chicken, and throw some carrots. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, just different stuff. Pretty simple. Every now and then I bake. Well, it all depends on how tired I am. I eat for the energy. So I don't, I like what tastes good, of course, like anybody else. But a lot of times when I choose what I'm going to do, it's because I need a particular amount of energy. So let's just say I had, I don't know, 2 deliveries today of my big fridges, and I know that I'm going up the stairs. Like, I know it. I'll come home and I'll be dog tired. There's just no doubt about it. I'm not going to want to cook. So that means I got to stop by Bob Evans or something. But it all pays off because if I have a delivery, just one delivery of a big refrigerator, that's $550 plus a delivery charge. So what's $10 on food? Now if I have 2 deliveries, you do the math. Or if somebody wants to buy a washer and dryer set, So if I'm tired, then I'll eat out. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm starting to cook more. I want to do more cooking videos. I should have showed y'all how I cooked that steak yesterday. But this I got from, I gotta make sure not to throw that black box away. I got from these people, saw me at a gas station, black folks. I was like, what's good? And they had a whole cooler in the back of their truck. And they opened up that cooler and they had, they had these, what's in this black box here, They had these and they had some steaks. And then, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, well, how much? So they had the 2 steaks and 8 of these for $40. So I bought it. I said, okay, I'll support the black folks. You know what I'm saying? Those steaks was good. Oh yeah. Now I might try to, I got a little grill outside. That's my little grill. Don't be mad. Be mad I got a little grill. Don't be mad. I might, fire up that little grill this summer. Depends on how y'all act. And, but I might cook one of these. I might like one of these. But I want to grill them. I don't really want to cook them in a pan, but I will. But yeah, I want to grill those joints and make a real nice, juicy hamburger. I got these buns, but these buns are for my Yes, I know. These buns are for my lunch meat. Oh yeah, the Fred. Like I said, this thing is 2 grand. It's actually over 2 grand. I think it's 2,500, but I only paid $100 for it. It's fairly new because somebody decided they didn't want it, and I said, okay, I'll take it. Has a it freezes from the bottom. So here's the freezer. Ice maker's here. So they decided they didn't want it, and yeah, these guys who I buy my refrigerators from guys who do they work for like maybe they contract for Lowe's or something like that, and what they'll do is nah, not really worried about it. I'll eat it cold too. Oh, it's hot. It's hot, but the and it's good. But they contract for different companies, and what they'll do is those guys will ride around in a like 2 men in a truck type of thing, full of appliances that these people didn't want because they got all new appliances. One time, this lady, of course, it's always the women. It's always the women who navigate what's popping in the kitchen, right? Because it is what it is. So the husbands are, they go along with it. Well, oh, you guys left. Okay. I'll finish the story in case somebody listens later. But the woman, somebody's wife, decided they didn't want a 2019 four-door fridge. Oh, okay. It said 0. It was a 2019 four-door fridge. I was just like, what? And it was stainless steel. Those guys sold that thing to me for $150. I sold it to somebody else for $1,000. When I saw it, I was just like, something's wrong with it. They were like, nope. Is it lagging? Turn off. Oh, there's always more watching the video shows. Okay. I was like, dang. That only happened once, but still. Such a good deal. Couldn't pass it up. I knew what I had when I saw it. When they sold it to me. And I didn't even sell it at market price. I undersold it. Sold the next day. So that's who I get these fridges from. Guys who are doing just remodeling and they want to offload these appliances because they take them back to a storage unit or a warehouse, and then that warehouse sells them. Well, if they can if they can sell them to people like me, small time dealers and whatnot, then they don't have to take them back to the warehouse. They'll pocket all of that. So that's where people like me come into play, and they're like, and sometime they had a washer and dryer set, and they wanted to charge me $200 for it. I was like, no, I'll pass. They was like, no, okay, $150. I said, okay, I'll take it. So sometime they, you gotta watch how they're charging because they're really just trying to get money, which is understandable. But if it cuts into your, you know what I'm saying, if it cuts into your prices, into the market value of the item, and you're like, no, I'm not doing that. So this is good. It's good energy, good food. I'm saying I probably cooked it the wrong way, but still good. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys, now where I get these from is Kroger's. And what I noticed is that not every Kroger's has these. So what I was getting is the healthy, I think it's called Healthy Choice or something like that. But it was all microwave food. So I'm not really the biggest fan of microwaving food. Yeah, I like it. I'm not really a big fan of microwaving food, right? So I said, okay, I gotta get away from this. Even though when I'm tired after, a day of delivery or whatever, then it's right. But when I'm not that busy, yeah, I'm just not a big fan of it. When I'm not, and sometimes what I'll do, if I'm not too beat down, I'll go ahead and take the microwave food and put it into a pan and fry it up. I'll just go ahead and cook it. So, yeah. But, so I suggest getting these. They're not expensive. You know what I'm saying? You could probably feed two people easy off of this. You know what I'm saying? It's good, it's healthy. Doesn't take long to cook. And another thing, the chicken, I don't know, it just seems to be more tender than the chicken that you buy at the grocery store. I don't know. It's another thing I like about it. So yeah, you guys start getting these. You know, some of y'all like to cook, but you might not have the time. Or you got a little one or something like that. Might have to pack her a lunch to go to, this is good pack lunch food. You see, this chicken tastes different than the regular chicken. And I cook it the same way. But it just tastes different. I'm, I'm, I don't know why it tastes different, but it tastes better. It's almost like going to the farmer's market. I need to do a farmer's market video. But you know how people are about being on in the videos. Everybody's videoing, but somebody, are you videoing me? Don't video. But we have a farmer's market here that's downtown on Second Street, and I haven't been in there in a long time. But when you see the chicken breast, okay, so this is okay. This chicken breast, we'll compare it to, let's just say, my hand, right? So there's the palm of my hand. It's almost the length of the palm of my hand, a little short. The chicken breast down at farmer's market is twice that size. So it is the length of my whole hand and probably bigger. That's crazy. When I looked at it, I was like, what is that? And they're like, it's chicken. I'm like, well, What king chicken did you kill to get? And all of them were that big. So it's just a huge difference what the grocery store gives you and what people are growing. And of course, they'll say it's grass fed, it's free range, and all this other stuff. And you'll think that doesn't matter. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. It does, because I used to work at Tyson's Chicken. I did. I was a security guard at Tyson's Chicken in Talladega, Alabama. Where it wasn't actually located in Talladega. It was located in another small part, but it was about 45 minutes from the college that I went to. And of course, I had to walk in there and, just make sure nothing crazy was going on, which nothing crazy ever happened. Nothing but black folks, too. It was all black people that worked there. And when you see these big old Tyson's trucks pull up and all these chickens, some of them falling out the truck, like literally, you'll see chickens just walking around in the parking lot. They don't know enough to get out of there. But when you see all these trucks pull up for these chickens that they're going to slaughter, yeah, 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 yeah. Let me tell you something. It is morbid as heck. Now, I don't see what they feed these chickens. You know what I'm saying? But I saw how these chickens were, taken out of here. And it is enough to make you just not want to eat chicken. And it was just like, it's pretty crazy. And it's a factory full of this. And it's not the people, it's the machines. Once these chickens come through these machines, I mean, it is lights out. And the thing about them is, the chicken doesn't know any better. Like, you can't walk up to a chicken on a farm and then try to catch it without that chicken trying to get away from you. The chickens that they have at Tyson, oh no, that chicken's not going anywhere. Heck, it'll walk up to you. Like when these people start talking about the difference between the chickens in that are in the Krogers and WalMarts and all that, and then the chickens that these farm people are feeding you, there is a huge difference. Huge, huge difference. So sometimes it's just worth paying. I mean, if you could afford it, but they charge you, I mean, crazy dollars to eat like that too. But farmers got to make their money. But it's definitely worth it. I mean, it's definitely today's Memorial Day. I don't even know if they're open, but it's definitely worth it. But they're gonna hit you in the pocket. Yeah, they're gonna hit you in the pocket. But here's the thing: anything that you eat, anything that you eat, I don't care what style of eater you are, if you did not grow it or raise it yourself, you really don't know what's in it. That's just the truth. People can say, oh, this does this, and this is how I grew this. But unless you saw it and you grew it yourself, you had the dirt and everything, you don't know what's in it. You don't know what's in it. And you can look online and try to, you can try to do studies and think that you're eating better than somebody else or worse than somebody else. Well, those studies are skewed. And a lot of times it doesn't stop people from eating things. There's stuff out there that if you eat it, you're, I mean, it's a chance you're just gonna, like puffer fish. If you cook it wrong and somebody ingests it, they're gone. You think that stops people from eating it? You know what I'm saying? So it's not, I suggested this before. It's not a bad practice to start planting. Get some seeds and just plant something. See what happens. You know? I mean, I'm not going to raise any chickens anytime soon. But you can plant something, put in your backyard. Heck, my mother used to grow tomatoes on her, right outside her window. She used to grow tomatoes and plant potatoes and would take that and throw it in her salads. She was for reals with it. In the hood. We were literally in the projects. And right outside her little window, before you walk right in the door, she had about 4 or 5 plants there. And you doggone believe she was going to eat whatever's coming out of her. She was for reals with it. Yeah, there's a lot of, you hear a lot of talk about. Yeah, it's fresh. Like, you hear a lot of talk about this is how you should eat, what you should eat. But then you're like, you gotta ask yourself, when's the last time I grew something? When's the last time I tried to grow something? Then if you haven't tried to grow anything, it's like, why haven't I tried to grow anything? Why am I trusting somebody else to make me healthy? Because that's what you're doing. You're like, I'm going to trust you people who I don't know to feed me and my family and keep us healthy. And then when that doesn't go your way, you get mad at the people who you don't know because there's something unhealthy in the food. You don't know these people, but you think that they owe you something. They don't owe you anything. They don't. These farmers don't owe us nothing. These farmers don't know us. They do things according to the regulations of the FDA. If the FDA turned around and said, you can now feed chickens chickens, you think that would stop millions of people from eating chicken? What about the pig? You can feed that pig anything. You think bacon is going to go off the menu anytime soon? Pig is one of the worst things you can ever eat. It is still on the menu. One of the worst things. I saw a video where these people took salmon. And what they did was they poured Pepsi over the salmon to see what came out. Parasites came out. And then the one guy was showing how many of these parasites were in there and how big they were. These things were over a foot long. Then what he did was he took it and he fed it to the pigs. Now, when I went and picked up some salmon, thawed it out, I tried the same thing. Nothing came out of it. I was curious. I was like, okay. So nothing came out of it. So I was like, okay, I'm good. And I've been eating the same salmon for years, and I've never had a problem. Never. And I was curious. Like, all right, what's going on here? But if there was something that came out, who do I go and talk to? Kroger's? It's a good chance they already know. And here's why I know this, because I went to a farmer's market. There's one down here in Bexley. And I saw this huge salmon that I liked. And I was like, wow, like that is a beautiful salmon. And then I said, I know that salmon is not that color. And the lady behind, who was I don't think she was the butcher. I think she was just, as a matter of fact, I know she wasn't a butcher. She was just, customer service. And I said, I know that salmon is not that color. That salmon's super pink and it's not supposed to look like that. And I know you guys dyed that salmon. And she says, no, that's the way they look. And then the butcher came out and he was like, what? And she told him what I said, and he said he's correct. He's correct. We dye the salmon. So if you went and caught a salmon yourself, you just went and caught one out of whatever lake or whatever river you caught it, it would be a river. If you caught a salmon yourself, nice, you know, almost 2 foot long, big old boy, or let's say a foot long salmon, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You cut it up, got your fillets out of it, made sure there was no parasites in it, yada yada yada, and you ate that salmon. And well, for one, when you cut it up, as soon as you look at it, you're going to notice a huge difference between the salmon that you're about to consume and then the salmon that's in the store. But yet you still go buy it. See, we trust them until something bad happens. But it's usually something bad on the extreme that has to happen. But if it's something minute bad, then we're just like, I'm still going to go and eat that. But if you lived remotely close to where you can catch salmon and the salmon's good, would you do that, or would you go down and would you go and buy it? We're victims of our own success. It's the story, it's the moral of the story. You may not eat certain things, but unless you grow it, you're not 100% sure if you're eating 100% healthy. You're just going off of what somebody else says. And being that nothing's happened to you or anyone that you know of, you're like, okay, I'm going to keep doing it. But is it making you more healthy? Am I more healthy? Am I healthier? And then healthier than who? When you stop eating something, you say, I'm not going to eat this because I either heard or somebody, or I saw somebody, something happen, or so on and so forth. There's some type of example that you have in your mind that says, I'm not going to do this anymore. It could be spiritual, it could be somebody personally, it could be off the internet. You're like, I'm not doing this anymore. You're doing it because you're like, I want to be healthier. I don't eat donuts. I might eat one every now and then, but I don't go out and eat a bunch of donuts. Why? Because of the sugar intake. It'll blow you right up. So I don't do it. This I know from examples. You've seen examples of people getting, huge off of donuts. Like, I'm not gonna go. That's a lot of sugar intake, the caloric intake, so on and so forth. I'm not doing it. That is a healthy mind frame. But what if it was something that you eat and it's not causing you to be, like I said, it's not an extreme adverse effect, like particular types of rice or milk. You know what I'm saying? People like, I only drink coconut milk. Okay. Because the cow shouldn't drink milk from the cow. Right? Okay. Why? Because it's unnatural. It's not what it's made for. Yada, yada, yada. And somebody on the other side says, well, what about calcium? Bone density? And all these other technical words that you don't know. They're going to, if you don't drink cow milk, you can get osteoporosis or whatever it is. You're like, is that a fact? Or is that opinion? And then they start pulling up some study. And in your mind, you're going, see, this is the reason why it's only coconut milk for me. But you're still taking somebody's word for it. You haven't had an adverse effect of cow milk. But you're assuming, according to what these people said and tests that they've done, that it's bad for you. Anyways, go outside and plant something. Stay healthy. It's your boy Tom 202. God loves you, and so do I.